Hello, everybody in the land of the living. Welcome to the J. Anthony Show, where God is the soul and center of what we do and why we do it. We have a great show coming up for you, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the J. Anthony Show. I'm your host, J. Anthony, and today we have some special guests. Her name is Alexis Shafira, and she's here with her mom, Maya, and I'm so happy to have them as guests here on my show. And Alexis, you're doing some great things.
Yes.
You're doing some very great things, and I am so interested to hear. I'm excited to hear what you're going to be doing in the future and even now. So share with us some things that you're embarking upon.
Okay, well, I've sang many places. Some are the Lakers, Clippers, and the Sparks, and I've also done a lot of charity. I've given back to my community, and I've also helped children in the hospital, making them feel better by bringing them things that'll take their mind off of being sick. So yeah.
Okay, Alexis, so what do you do in your singing? What inspires you to sing?
What inspires me? That's a really good question. My parents, they've also been really helpful. They've inspired me. You know, they really pushed me to keep going. And my family, they are just wonderful in my life.
That's great. That's great. And when I think of it from a biblical perspective, you know, there was a lot of men and women that were in the Bible, and they were very encouraged to do some things, but they always had opposition. Have you experienced any opposition at your age? You're 11?
I'm 14.
14.
Yes.
14. I'm just saying it because you look, I have kids myself, and you just look so young.
Thank you.
So that's just my little joke, but you're 14 years old. What inspires you to keep on going? Who pushes you, like as far as your peers?
My sisters.
Okay.
My little sisters. They are very, very helpful. I do also have friends. They are very, very helpful, and they push me to keep going. They're very, very helpful in my life. Sometimes whenever I have to learn a song in a night, my sisters, they help me learn it, and they'll tell me, okay, you have to stop. You do that again. And they're just very helpful. I love them.
Wow, no better help than your own sisters, your own flesh and blood.
Right, yeah.
Lexis, where do you expect to be in 5 years? I know it's probably early to ask you that, and some people, they don't really think about that, but you seem like a very bright young lady. Where do you expect to be in 5 years from now?
Okay, I see myself winning a lot of awards. I see myself being in movies, doing world tours, and doing a lot of makeup lines and stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow, that is absolutely wonderful. That is wonderful. Have you experienced any, I want to kind of switch it around a little bit. Have you experienced any negative vibes around you, like in high school, peer pressure and different things like that?
No, I haven't recently at all, but I remember I was bullied, and so when I was, it was very hard because no one really wanted to hang around me, and so I just started writing songs during my recess and lunch so that I could just like take my mind off of the other kids and how they didn't want to play with me, so I started writing songs, yeah.
Okay, that's great. And music for me, because I'm a musician myself and a singer, and it's very therapeutic for me, and it gets me through a lot of rough times, and I know you can attest to the same, as you said. Mom,
Yes.
I have a question for you. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Great, great. You have a wonderful daughter, and I'm sure you're a wonderful mom.
Thank you.
I need to ask you something. What do you do to kind of inspire her to keep on moving, keep on pressing on? Because you're her mom. I know she looks up to you. You look like her sister.
Thank you.
What do you do to keep her motivated?
Yeah, that's a great question. I usually talk to Alexis about Bible scriptures, and I talk to her about what God expects from her and what He says she is. And so whenever she gets down, I'm saying, God said you could do all things, not some things, all things. She's like, okay, Mom, I can do it. So, but she really inspires me from the beginning of time. I think as young as maybe 7 years old, she knew what she wanted to do. She came here with like a clear vision, and I had to catch up. And so she told me at 7, she said, God has showed me what I'm going to be doing. He showed me in a dream I'm going to be traveling all around the world singing for people. And I said, well, you had a dream? She said, absolutely. It was so clear, it was so true. I said, well, I didn't have the same dream. You didn't tell me that yet. But she was very clear on what her vision was, and she's not deterred from that vision.
Wow. Wow. And I always encourage young people to, maximize their potential and broaden their horizons. Go for the goal. I mean, you don't want to hang around a chicken. You're an eagle. Mm-hmm. You're an eagle, so fly high. And Mom, another question for you. At what age did she start doing what she do?
Wow. I would say the first signs that I noticed was maybe around like 4 years old. She started saying she wanted to sing, and I wasn't ready yet. And so she kept saying, I can prove it to you. So we would go in front of different people. It'd be at the store, and she would just sing in front of people to show me that she was ready. And so that kind of like over the course of 3 years, I said, she won't stop this, so might as well let her do it. And so she'll probably tell you the story later, but I'll give you a little snippet. We were at her first event, and I was probably more nervous than she was. But she went out there with such courage, and she did anyway, even though she was nervous. And then it was another point where we were at the Staples Center, and we were told last minute, hey, it's going to be televised on national TV. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't think she's ready for TV. And the people at the stadium were like, no, she's ready. We called her for a reason. So I had to pray through it. But she went out there in front of 20,000 people, and she just owned the stage, and she wanted to do it again.
Wow, this is some wonderful news from you guys. I love to hear positive stuff. We got some more coming from Alexis soon as we get back. Stay tuned.